No more music. Okay, let me show you. The front row. Mama, I need to tell her what members. Yeah, I'll send her. I'll send her. Yes, we do, but to get people settled takes a while. As you can hear. It's mine. Did you get yours? It's coming. I love a book. I'm trying to put it on the table. But it's the nigga is.
can't even bother. I replaced the premier during the launch. No, I'm not. He's speaking to them. He's speaking. You don't get that honor. I immediately tell all of us to sit down.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Another picture.
It will help. I'll just switch it off. Hi, Gemma. We're about to start. And she knows better than to do that because she's leading the team. That's not okay. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. Guys, after this show finishes, I still have to keep my relationships. And when they tell us until 6:30 and people don't obey that, I'm the one who has to answer for it. It's not cool, Gemma. I don't want to stress you. Just leave me a nice small team. I do not want to deal with her. She's the leader of the team. I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
Two, 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? I told our VIPs that the minute they take a seat, that's when everybody else will sit down. So thank you so much for that. If everyone else can find a seat, please, so that our program can start. I'm also going to request that we try as much as possible to be silent, because this gorgeous area echoes. I'll give you a moment to find a seat, and then we'll start the proceedings the minute the last person sits. So please find a seat. The program starts at 8, and we're exactly 5 minutes away.
Just keep the mic on. Thanks. The string quartet, do they have a name? Do they have a name? String quartet.
We have some seats here in the front for those standing. Please come forward. And if I could ask the mall management to please turn off the music, because I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. . 'Cause 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. Thank you to the string quartet. 'Cause I can hear some music in the distance. I think someone might need to help the lady with the double bass, please. Can someone help the lady with the double bass? Okay. Could I just ask the gentleman in the back to please come and take a seat? There's some seats here. All the guests, please come and take a seat. We're going to start the program so we can respect the premier's time.
Neil, if it's possible to make it much louder, but if you can make the volume much louder. I know, but it needs to be loud. I'll tell you why. Because it'll bring them to attention. Just for now, and then bring it back. No, what I mean is just for now, and then you bring it back to normal. Please. Please. I know, just to get... Right now, it's not...
Thank you so much. It's now 8 o'clock, and our program is starting. So I'd love your attention. We'd also love to respect the Premier's time because he does have other engagements and can only be with us for a few moments this morning. Please take a seat, and if I could ask for silence. Thank you so much. I'm just waiting for the gentleman in the back to find seats, please. There's lots of seats here. Trying to keep it contained. Please take a seat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome the Premier of the Eastern Cape. Earlier, I was briefed that when you say honorable, that's when you're in the chamber, so let's keep it real and say the Premier of the Eastern Cape. You are welcome, sir, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane. The Eastern Cape MEC for Finance, Economic Development and Environmental Affairs. You are welcome, sir. Thank you for coming. We welcome the chairperson of Mfuleni Resorts, Ms. Bongisi Wisa. The rose among the thorns, the CEO of Sun International, Mr. Anthony Leeming. Welcome. I also welcome your host in this gorgeous development, Paul Gerard, the MD of Flanagan and Gerard. In May last year, we gathered and we turned the soil to mark an occasion of the development of this beautiful, beautiful structure in our city's Golden Mile. At that time, we watched with great hope as the VIPs yielded the shiny spades to turn the soil, and we thought, this is a great vision. Today, that vision becomes a reality. I'm going to start by asking that you turn off your cell phones. As you can see, the wonderful building is an amphitheater, which means that everything is amplified. Please take a moment to put your phones onto silent so that we can hear the speeches clearly. In addition, as you know the rules, it is a non-smoking venue. If you would like to enjoy a cigarette, you may do so outside the doors. During this event, you will notice a lot of police presence. There is another event happening here, and it's nothing to be alarmed about. Today's program will include formalities here at the podium, and then we make our way to the entrance where we will unveil the plaque and officially mark the opening of the center. The center has celebrations throughout the weekend, so please follow their pages on social media. I'm going to be acknowledging a lot of the VIPs that are here today as proceedings continue. And in addition to that, I'm going to be asking our speakers to do so, in particular people that they feel are the relevant stakeholders for them. So please indulge us, because this journey has been one that is particularly poignant. And on that note, I call to the podium the MD of Flanagan and Gerard, the developers, Mr. Paul Gerard, your host, to the welcome.
It's fine, it will play. It's fine.
Paul, we're going to play an introductory video, and I'd like to turn their attention to the screen, much like last time.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Gerard. I'm from Flanagan and Gerard. Thank you, Bully D, for sorting that out. It's really an honor to say a few words on this momentous occasion. I'd like to welcome honorable speakers as well. Anthony Leeming from Sun International, Bongi Suwisa from Mfuleni, the MEC for Finance and Economic Development, Mungisi Mboko, and the Premier, Oscar Babanyani. Thank you for coming. It's really appreciated. So, what a journey we have followed. If you'd asked me on the 4th of May 2020, when I first got back to work, whether we would have been able to open up this shopping center on the 22nd of September 2022, I would have told you that the odds are not really in our favor. But we're here today, and so when I was asked to speak, I didn't really know what I needed to say. I could tell you why this development needed to happen. The Summerstrand region needed a quality convenience shopping center. It needed somewhere where the local consumer could satisfy their needs for bread, meat, booze, and pharmaceuticals. Thank you, Christy, for that quote. A place for mummies to meet up after dropping their kids at school and so that they can talk about their husbands and their affairs. A place where business travelers can have meetings, get their hair cut, exchange foreign currency. A place where the greater region can relax, enjoy a Friesland milkshake, and watch a movie. But to me, what is important is not the development. It's not about what happened. It's actually about the people that were involved in the development. So you'll see I've put a few images over the 18 months of the people involved. I'm not going to be talking to it. You can just watch and listen to what I have to say. So it goes back to 2019 when we were asked to present a concept to Sun International and Mfeleni for the development of a shopping center that integrates with a hotel and a casino. So sitting across the table from the big bosses, Anthony and Bongi and their team, it was quite daunting. But thank you, Anthony, Kati, Norman, Tati from Sun International, and Bongi, Mandla, and the Mfeleni board for having the faith in us to deliver you a world-class shopping experience. But it wasn't all plain sailing. The problem arose in early 2020 when the World Health Organization declared a pandemic, COVID-19. So, because we were intending on starting construction in April 2020, but that obviously was ground to a halt. So in the weeks that we were stuck at home, our development team, Elsha, and her team and the professionals worked together to create a more sustainable solution. You'll notice the focus that they've put in this project on entrances, courts, and toilets, which have all been designed specifically with the consumer in mind. Special thanks to Pierre from MDS Architecture and his team, and Justin and Amory from Aquium for brainstorming a more streamlined Boardwalk Mall. The rest of the professionals followed their lead. That includes Simon from L&S Consulting, who worked on this project since 2010, long before we got involved. He took care of structure. We had Yandre from L&S who took care of internal roads and civils, Simon's colleague. Cosmo and Gideon from RWP. Graham and George from GPCE on mechanical. Anthony from SFT. And Grant on program. Thank you. This is a world-class project and it's been delivered on time and within budget. You should be proud. Obviously, this shopping center didn't build itself. The biggest learning curve actually came out from the early days of the project where we realized that it's probably better to demolish than to try use existing structure and repurpose. So thank you to Dion, Tim, Ryan, Linnell, Jacques, and the WBHO team for building Boardwalk Mall. I'd like to make a special thanks to the WBHO Health and Safety team, Jermaine and Scholar for their World Cup winning trophy, and to Ferdy for his superb documentation. So it's important to note that while WBHO has been on site, the project has created employment opportunities for over 1,300 people during construction, the majority of these being local employees and subcontractors. An incredible achievement for the Summerstrand and Gqeberha upliftment. What is even more significant is that there are approximately another 1,500 jobs that have been created permanent jobs created. And that includes our management team, the cleaners, security, cashiers, landscapers, packers, the list goes on. So the newly redeveloped Boardwalk Mall is the responsibility of our team. That includes the very able, our own Grey high school student and Warriors cricketer, Solo Nkweni. He's got a very unique story to tell, but I'd rather he tell it to you because he is a way better narrator than I am. He's complemented with Kirsty on marketing and Tony on operations. This is a management team second to none. So if you have any issues, Solo's your man. Not to be forgotten, as you enter our management offices upstairs, you'll notice a very bubbly Niratika who will assist the team and take care of business. Good luck, team. You've got an amazing project. And thank you. If you can just bear with me, I'd like to just go back. Sorry. To acknowledge our founders and chairman. They were both going to be here today. Unfortunately, Pat Flanagan is sick, but he sends his regards and best wishes. And Peter Gerard, my father, who's here today as well. I'd like to just share the gratitude for the mentorship and guidance, for the backing of the F&G team to deliver this project. You're the base that's allowed us to thrive. From Jono and Nelia on the asset management side, to Gareth, Chris and the leasing team, Joe, John and Tons on finance, administration and co-owner coordination. But special thanks to Jason for handling the marketing here during construction. All of this has happened because of Jason and Kirsty. So thank you guys. But there's one person I need to really say thanks to. It's the guy that's walked around site probably more than the WBHO team. That would be Gqeberha, our very own tenant coordinator. He's the link between the professionals, the contractor, and us, and the tenants. Obviously, he puts it all together. So thank you. You are my second family team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence. But not to be forgotten, and a special thanks to all the partners of the F&G team who had to put up with all the travel and everything else. That would be Karen Gerard and, well, the whole team. I'm just going to say we love you. Thank you. But it hasn't all just been plain sailing, because during COVID, our tenants didn't want to pay rental. So it put huge pressure on our balance sheet, but more importantly, our cash flow. So we had to tap dance for a few months. But there has to then be sincere gratitude that was to the banks that have funded us. RMB funded our share of the development, and I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to the team, led by Dylan and Debbie and Leanne and the RMB team. It's really a pleasure. Thank you for introducing us to the local legend, Chris Marlin, for introducing us to Kirsty. It's really a pleasure meeting you guys, meeting you and having you on board. I'd also like to thank the Nedbank team who were involved with our partner's son, who are also here today. We've got Vanessa, Ricardo, Dezigan and Mornay. Thank you for your support. So, when we first arrived here, being the 8 Londoners, there was a little bit of skepticism about what we could do. So, the local population were wary of these outsiders from Gauteng. So we needed to show that we were going to deliver on what we told people we were going to deliver on. And that's where Elsha went and worked with the municipality and gave them the comfort that we would deliver this project. So I'd like to thank Mutalisi, Alan, Yusuf and Petro from the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality for having the confidence in us to assist in uplifting your city. And finally, to the subcontractors and artists, including the beautiful artwork from Nikki Schwartz and Duncan Stewart, for helping bring this beautiful project to life. But all being said, Boardwalk Mall isn't about F&G or the team, the professionals, the banks, the contractors, the municipality. It's about the people of Gqeberha and the tenants that provide the services and goods that they need. So I just wanted to make a special thanks and mention that we've got the CEOs of the 2 biggest supermarket chains in the country. That would be Peter Boone from Pick n Pay and Peter Engelbrecht from Checkers that are here today. It's a real honor to have them here. So hopefully Boardwalk Mall pleases all the stakeholders. I hope that you enjoy and spend lots of money. Thank you for coming. Sending best wishes to all involved, and I love you.
too. Sealed with a kiss. Let's give Mr. Gerard a round of applause again. Thank you so much. This partnership, in fact, more of a consortium, is with the board of Mfuleni and many other stakeholders, as Mr. Gerard has alluded to. And with that, I welcome all the board members. You are most welcome. There are dignitaries here in the first and second row. And at the helm of the board is the chairperson, the very lovely Ms. Bongi Siwisa, chairperson of Mfuleni Resorts, and she'll come forward to speak to you next. She just needs to do like a quick photo op first.
Wow. Good morning, Gqeberha. And good morning to our visitors from outside of Gqeberha. Do I need to adjust this? Not really, hey? Perfect. It's a perfect moment. And in this perfect moment, I want to thank you, Premier Mabuyane, for making the time to join us. We missed you during sword turning, but you were well represented. So welcome, sir. We also thank MEC Mvoko. He's become our friend, but that friendship continues to be tested. So yes, welcome. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, we've got loads of friends. That's why I'm adding the MEC to our friendship list. Friends from the media, we thank you all for joining us. Indeed, this is a magical moment, and it's made more magical by what Paul just said. When he said, this project was completed on time and on budget. Those are magical words for us. I'm sitting, thank you. I'm seated next to Stephen Dondolo, who's a member of the board. And he smiled. Stephen is the numbers man. And anything to do with money, he watches with an eye of a hawk. So he's very happy. I know, Anthony, you're obviously happy too. But I mean, we were just having a side chat that, yes, this is it. Guys, it's an incredible moment, as I just said. We are excited. I'm besides myself with excitement, as you can see. It's a moment that has been long in the making, I must say. And to see this moment, it's culminated into something that, I mean, look at this, guys. This was a parking lot. This was just space. Look at what we have done. You know, look at what the development team has done. It's totally amazing. It's beautiful. So as we open this Boardwalk Mall, it's bigger, it's better, it's more spectacular. It makes this whole precinct an amazing, as I said, spectacular entertainment and retail complex. We've just brought it together. You know, it's everything to everybody in this metro and to visitors that will be coming to the metro. I have personally been involved with Mfuleni Resorts for a very long time. Talk 20 years. So I was saying earlier on to my daughter, I should have a photo of myself here 20 years ago and me today. But I'm still standing. So are we all still standing. So from an Mfuleni Resorts perspective, since the start, more than 20 years ago, it's been really wonderful to witness the evolution and the revolution of this tourism gem. In 2011, we spent R1 billion to create the Boardwalk Hotel. It's one of a kind. There's none like the Boardwalk Hotel. You will know if you're flying into our airport at night in particular. It's just this property that everyone wants to know in the plane. First-time visitors, what is that property? What happens there? That's just how beautiful this precinct is. So, guys, it's the hotel itself, it will stand the test of time, as this mall will do. We have a state-of-the-art international standard convention center. It's beautiful. Many a good entertainment moments have been had, and we are still going to have more. At the same time, in 2011, we also added to the smokers casino, and the casino for non-smokers was also revamped. All of these have proven to be extremely popular with locals and tourists alike. While the facade of these buildings may have changed as trends and times move on, the spirit of what we, as the Sun Boardwalk, what we have tried to achieve still remains today. We offer our visitors an enjoyable and entertaining visit, which they will return to from time to time. What our partnership has done with Flanagan and Gerard is that it has brought us today a much bigger, and it's not just about the buildings. I think Paul did say that. It is really more about the joy and the convenience that is going to bring to the thousands of visitors to this precinct. And I want to, at this moment, to just give a little shout out to Paul's dad. Hello, Mr. Gerard. And I'll tell you why I'm doing that. When Paul mentioned that you are the guru, you are sort of the doyen, or whatever the word could be, it just made me feel that we start businesses as families, and there's very little follow-on or follow-up from our kids, from the next generation. So you must have done something right to get your son to follow in your footsteps. Well done, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So, and this is, remember, this mall is not only for people in the metro, it's also for people in the Eastern Cape. So it's a significant add-on premier to what we have as offering in the Eastern Cape. Guys, this was a long road, 16 months of construction, nail-biting stuff, Khati, nail-biting stuff, really. But during the construction phase, we are very happy to announce that 1,146 workers were employed. That's a huge number. Thank you. And we're looking at 1,500 permanent jobs being created. So this showcases a rise in economic activity post this pandemic that all of us cannot stop talking about, because it really changed our lives. The Boardwalk, as you know, is already a tourism icon in the metro. And we have loads of visitors. We attract a lot of visitors, tourism people and visitors to this space. Now, these new facilities are definitely going to bring additional tourists and day visitors to this precinct. We're happy to be creating new opportunities for other leisure industry stakeholders also in the region. We're positioning this mall as a significant and exciting tourism product within this country. So we have Paul has said it, but I also want to just emphasize to say, we have a bouquet of unique boutique stores, restaurants, established retailers, making this mall indeed the gem for the Summerstrand area and for the whole metro. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want to particularly thank all the Boardwalk people for their continuous efforts in making sure that this stunning property remains a key tourism asset in the region. I look forward to seeing the action as the mall hosts events such as the Iron Man. We've got an Iron Man in the room, or many Iron Men in the room. And I know that everyone involved will ensure that the expectations are met and that Boardwalk, as well as the city, are featured at our absolute best. Today is truly the start of an exciting, re-energized era for the Boardwalk. In closing, I want to ask the CEO of Sun International, Anthony Liming, Khati Mokhobo, Graham Woods, Tati, Elshe, Paul, the Mfuleni board, Solo, where are you seated? Oh, there you are. Please join me as I present this amazing property to the people of Gqeberha and the Eastern Cape. Thank you very much.
So Paul is going to be handing over a token of appreciation to each of the stakeholders after they speak. And it is a gorgeous photograph of the property as well as a golden pair of scissors. It's a pity you didn't get to take your golden spades home last time, but we're making up for that now. Gorgeous gift. So indulge us for the photo opportunities after each of our guests has spoken. Engosi Sibongi, thank you so much.
Excuse me, am I allowed to take that home?
Yes,
Or
you
is it
can.
gonna stay in the office?
It should stay in the boardroom ideally, but because it's you, nobody will tell a soul. Thank you so much. I think the captains of industry, in particular, the current head of our business chamber will agree when I say that Sun International has been the gift that keeps on giving for our city. So we're very, very privileged today to have the CEO of Sun International with us, Mr. Anthony Liming. Please come forward and address us. We appreciate your presence.
Good morning. Let me get these up. Good morning, Gqeberha. I think the speeches are supposed to be 45 minutes. The politicians haven't even got up yet. So I'll be quick. Just welcome everyone, particularly the Premier and the MEC. Thank you for joining us and all the other VIPs. To put in perspective, we didn't start 2 years ago. I mean, Katsi knows the journey very well. We started 8 years with the dream to develop the mall. The gaming board also knows. We've been at it for a long time. We searched for partners. We had 2 partners which we eventually got rid of, and we were very fortunate to eventually meet the right partners in Flanagan and Gerard, Paul, John, Elsha. It's been an amazing team, and we've worked exceptionally well with them. So thank you to Flanagan and Gerard. You can see the difference when you get the right people to do the right job. Bongi mentioned this was a parking lot. It was actually a lake. It's good to see the back of the lake. They kept the water feature. The gaming board will be really happy to know. One of our commitments in the original bid was a water feature. We spent, I think, about 20 million on it. It was huge, and the wind blew, got everyone wet. So the little one now shouldn't be a problem. Just obviously our partners, Sun International has been invested in the Eastern Cape now since Fish River days, obviously the Wild Coast on the Eastern Cape as well as the Boardwalk here. We committed to Gqeberha. We're going to be here for a lot longer. It's renewal in a few years. One can't imagine the Boardwalk without a gaming license. Do you agree? So I'm pretty sure that the politicians will work and make sure this license is renewed for a much longer period than 10 years. But certainly we are committed. We've spent a lot of money in the Eastern Cape. And I think we couldn't have found better partners in Zomobise. We've had a tough time over the last 10 years, probably overinvested, but you can see the results. Obviously the fantastic hotel Bongi went on about, and now the mall. So we remain partners in the mall. We remain very proud of what we have built here in the Eastern Cape, and we are absolutely committed for a lot longer. Our bankers, while RMB didn't fund us this time, you'll get another opportunity, I'm sure, but thank you. Nedbank, which obviously supported us, and to continue to support the group. Through COVID and throughout, we've been through an extremely tough period. And I'm really proud to say that Sun International is a lot stronger than we ever were. And that's thanks to the support of many people, our partners and our bankers. I think the gaming board has played a big part and made us spend a lot more than we ever want to. They really do push us, but they are our partner and they do support us. And we are looking forward to working with them into the future. I think our team has not probably got enough praise. And I think, Kati's been here for a long, long time, working on this project, and it's really his baby. And I think, thank you, Kati. It really has been a massive effort. Tati, you took over from Boardwalk 2 years ago. You've seen it growing. You've seen it building. The business has just got stronger during that period, so well done to you as well. Our general manager. Anton Steenkamp from our development department. He pushes and is obviously supportive, Flanagan and Gerald all the way. Thank you, Anton. And then Graham Wood, who leads this side of development, hotels and resorts, has done a fantastic job. Thank you, Graham. That's all really from me, thanks. I think we've got an amazing mall. I can see it's not just a shopping centre. This is befitting for the Friendly City, so thank you.
Lovely. A new angle for a photograph. And what a lovely token of appreciation. Thank you so much, Mr. Leeming, for coming today. As we prepare for our provincial speakers up next. I'm just having a word to get the MEC ready, and he doesn't want me to tell the secret, but I'm going to because it matters. He has a home here in our city, just around the corner. So in fact, our MEC understands the impact as a ratepayer of all these amazing developments in our city, and the cat is out of the bag, so please come and address us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mlungisi Vogo, MEC of Finance, Economic Development, Environmental Affairs and Tourism. Sir,
thank you very much, Program Director. Greetings to the Premier, greetings to Sisbongi and the board of Mfuleni Resort. The CEO of Sun International, I was just telling the Premier that every time we come here, you will be here. Good to see you. And I didn't get to see those CEOs you were, Paul, you were mentioning that are here. The CEO of, do you say Checkers and Pick and Pay? Didn't get to see them. I'd like them just to see where they are. Just raise your hands, guys. Oh, okay, they might be somewhere else. But also greetings to the Portfolio Committee of Economic Development, led by the chairperson here, Mr. Ndamase. Oh, yeah. So these guys are here, doing oversight in all of these sites of Zwane, the CEO of Gambling Board. And he decided at the spur of the moment to convert them from members of the portfolio, of the provincial legislature into board members, Eastern Cape Gambling Board members. And I told the Premier it's got nothing to do with me. But I'm sure Zwane, as soon as this ends, they must be fired so that they can resume their positions. Thank you, but thanks for attending, guys, as well. I was here at the launch, Sisbongi, and I'm very glad to hear that I represented the Premier very well. To Paul, I'm one of those people. What happened to Paul? Oh, I'm one of those people who were skeptical about you doing this and finishing this in good time. So the Premier says to me, it's very, this is what should happen in government. You finished on time and on budget. And that's wonderful. But we are glad that you invested more, Sisbongi, as you outlined all the investments that you've done at Boardwalk. We're very glad that you invested more. To the municipality, the city, but also a sign of confidence to the province. But thank you. We hope that you're going to invest more. I'm not going to get involved, Anthony, on the part of the licenses. It's got nothing to do with me. But this is a dream that has been realized, and hopefully there will be many of these dreams that you will realize. So keep on dreaming, and these dreams are dreams that create jobs. My job here is to introduce the Premier. I'm not going to introduce the Premier because I'm also, she will Premier. She says I must not do it. Sorry, my apologies. She will do it for you. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you.
You know, MEC, I'm going to allow that because I already outed you earlier. So it's fine. We even now. We even. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to the MEC for coming. Let's give him a round of applause. I'm sure that most of you here know that the 22nd of September is World Rhino Day, or Rhino Conservation Day in some parts. And it's particularly important that I mention that because our Premier is the only Premier who's ever received an award for actively conserving the population of rhinos in our province. And he went up in 2019 to Monte Cassino to be honored nationally and recognized as the only Premier who has taken a stand in this particular cause. We thank you, sir. We welcome you to the podium, and this is why I had to introduce you. I hope you understand not to break protocol. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Program Director, for that introduction. Greetings to the MEC for Economic Development, Environmental Affairs and Tourism, MEC Mvogo, whoever is responsible for licenses, wherever licenses are, Mr. Liming deserves to get anything that he wants in this province. When I was concluding this brief input, I was not sure, Jane, what must I say on the executive mayor position, but I think I must acknowledge the executive mayor, whether he's in absentia, the newly elected executive mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay, Councillor Odendal. Jane, please, you are invited here. Honorable members that are here, members of the Portfolio Committee led by the chairperson, Honorable Ndamase, the MD of FNG and Sun Boardwalk, Paul. Thank you very much, Paul. Leadership of Mfuleni Resorts, the entire board that is here, led by the chairperson, Ms. Siwisa, the CEO of Sun International, Mr. Lemming, the Nelson Mandela Metro, the Business Chamber, the Nelson Mandela Development Agency, the CEOs that are here, Gambling Board CEO and all other CEOs that have been mentioned, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Indeed, 15 months ago, we were invited by FNG and their partner Mfuleni Resorts to come and officiate at a sword turning ceremony to mark the start of construction work for the Boardwalk redevelopment. I could not make it, Sisbongi, that day, but my colleague MEC Mvogo was here, and I'm told that he did a very excellent job on my behalf, and his PMDS will definitely be going to be considered. That was our way of showing our appreciation for the 500 million investment that FNG and Mfuleni Resorts are plowing into our province. Just in the space of less than 15 years, we are now in the precinct that has pumped about 1.5 billion. A billion rand in 2011 by you guys, Sisbongi, thank you very much for that. Now we are here, FNG is coming on board. We want to see that happening and being expanded in every corner in our province. We are extremely happy to be here today to officially declare the Boardwalk Mall open for business after it had gone through a major redevelopment. What FNG has created here in 15 months is phenomenal, and the people of Nelson Mandela Bay and our province should be proud of this development. The launch of the Boardwalk Mall is a significant milestone in terms of economy of the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro and Eastern Cape Province. Such a milestone is indeed celebrated by the government, more so as it brought about the investment required by the Metro and the much-needed employment opportunities for our people. Considering the recent quarterly labor statistics, which reported that Eastern Cape has the highest expanded unemployment in the country, an investment of this nature creates the much-needed jobs for our province. This province is indeed welcoming such confidence in its economy, and this investment is made considering the challenges currently being experienced by the country at a large, namely the depressed consumer confidence, rising inflation, and rising interest rates, power outages, and water challenges. Today, yesterday, the President held a cabinet meeting to discuss mainly power outages. He came back from his international trip solely because he takes the energy challenge that is affecting our country and our people and the business sector seriously. In due course, we should hear from the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy about the power purchase agreement that are meant to add power into the national grid. This power purchase agreement includes 3 billion investment on wind energy that will be implemented here in our province. In essence, there's work being done to fix energy challenges in our country. We all know now that the demand will forever be rising, and as our people are getting more access to energy, you would understand from 1994, only about 36 people who had an access to power from the national grid. That has actually grown to almost close to 90% as we speak. So that demand will forever be growing. We've got to match that pace and create all possibilities to make sure that our people are well serviced from energy provision point of view. Program Director, the 500 million investment by FNG bodes well for the recovery of the provincial economy. To unlock additional investment and remain sustainable, it will require investor aftercare. So the municipality, provincial government, and all of us, we must make sure that we look after investments that are done in our province. It is therefore essential that the provincial and local government play that meaningful role in attending to the investor needs. That's why an investor like Mr. Lemming, who is consistent in our province, attending physical programs in our province. When he needs something to develop our province, Honorable MEC, we must not delay. I mean, whoever is responsible for license, that person must make sure the work is done on time. I hope that the gambling board hears that, everyone hears that. Council must meet, council must take decision on time to make sure that we create conducive environment for our potential investors. This investment, coupled with other investment in Nelson Mandela Bay, such as the expanded ShopRite distribution, Clover Mega facility, and others from the automotive industry will go a long way in addressing the challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. We're working hard to make sure that we clear this part for our waterfront that we've been talking about. That work is actually under serious consideration. The removal of these tanks here to a safe place to create that space for the waterfront, to expand what has already been done by FNG and other people. We're really making it a point that as government, that one is actually delivered to create a better opportunities and better life for our people in this part. The Metro has one of the highest unemployment rates, as has been indicated in the province. The opening of Boardwalk Mall will be a key in reversing this trend. However, the instability in the Nelson Mandela Metro Municipality of coalition government is working against the potential of this metro. So you sleep now not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, depending, and we can't continue like that. People need stable government. Investors need political stability and policy certainty, and that must be able to be key for all of us. We must look after our people. Government is meant to serve people, not serve political parties or serve individual interests. So these coalition government arrangements are likely to be a future as our democracy matures, so it is important that they are legislated, otherwise we will never see progress in our communities. Nevertheless, today we want to extend a warm word of gratitude to FNG and Mfuleni Resorts because their investment created about 1.1 jobs during construction phase and is expected to create 1,500 jobs on an ongoing basis. That is a massive contribution to job creation in our province. I think we can clap for that part. Thank you. There's already a multiplier effect besides a creation of jobs, in that there are prospects for revenue generation because of the direct impact on facelifting and beachfront area of Nelson Mandela, and improvement of the surrounding areas. This development will fit in the nexus of business, lifestyle, and tourism, which are critical elements for the value proposition of any city or a region. The province has recently launched its Tourism Month campaign, and Nelson Mandela Bay has several products and offerings for tourists. The newly redeveloped Boardwalk Mall will be a hit with both domestic and international tourists. It will be a hive of activities during the upcoming December holiday season, as tourists enjoy convenience shopping that is walk away from their accommodation. This development also ties in perfectly with our bold ambitions of creating a city that never sleeps, which offers 24/7 shopping and entertainment experience for tourists. We will never develop a country if we sleep. China is developed because they work 24/7. There is no time to sleep. I think that's an area we should be looking at if we definitely want to develop our economy and create jobs for our people. That is what is happening in cities big as Dubai and Los Angeles. We can also develop our cities to such international standards. This investment came at the right time, Sisbongi, to our province, as our economy is reeling from the effects of COVID-19, which are still visible, including labor market disruptions and uncertainty, the interruption of the product supply chain, and substantial economic declines. For households, the financial consequences of losing jobs, reducing remittances, and losing household members' lives, they've been apparent. The retail sector also took a blow from the pandemic, but recently data indicates that the sector has remained resilient against these external factors. Despite these challenges, the province is continuing to implement its economic recovery plan with notable achievements to date. According to the Nelson Mandela Bay Economic Bulletin dated July 2022, post-pandemic recovery is progressing very well in that in the Nelson Mandela Bay, the real GDP in 2021 improved to 97% versus its real GDP in 2018. Tourism, hospitality, and construction sectors are key in driving the recovery of the metro. As it has been previously reported globally, the tourism sector suffered severely during the peak of COVID-19. Therefore, attention to this sector is crucial for both the private and private sector, for both private and public sectors. It is with pleasure to advise you that the Eastern Cape has been doing well when it comes to domestic tourism. In the Eastern Cape, domestic tourism improved from 2020 and 2021 as we received 3.8 million in 2020 and a whopping 5 million in 2021, which then put the Eastern Cape to be ranked at number 1 for domestic tourism. The above-mentioned statistics clearly shows that the Eastern Cape domestic tourism has grown significantly despite the disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Boardwalk has always been one of the best identified tourist facilities that can be found in the Nelson Mandela Bay. This development will now enhance its popularity to the travelers. As government, the department responsible has a mandate to ensure the advancement of economic development, tourism, and environmental affairs in our province. Provincial government therefore seeks to create a conducive and sustainable environment for private sector to create and retain jobs while ensuring that our natural resources are preserved for future generations. We are therefore intentional in our efforts to support and promote infrastructure development, remove hindrances that might affect the growth of the tourism sector, and those that may undermine any efforts made to promote local tourism. Furthermore, we have a responsibility to create an enabling and conducive environment for the micro, small, and medium enterprises, as well as other private corporate business to thrive. All these are committed endeavors towards creating meaningful jobs and job creation as one of the key objectives of the province. The provincial government views the opening of the Boardwalk Mall as a catalyst in achieving some of the economic objectives in our province. For example, it will help increase the retail, health, and beauty, restaurant and coffee shop, and all these will promote job creation and enhance visitor experience. The development of this mall has procured goods and services from local suppliers and service providers, which gave a boost in the economy. I think that's an area in the hospitality we are still lagging. Sun International is still procuring Centra. So the distribution of that sometimes is an issue. We need to see local SMME in Nelson Mandela supplying hotels in Nelson Mandela. I think that one must be able to be addressed and we must look at it. We need to have that beneficiation from value chain and the value addition is going to be quite important for us to grow the economy of this part. We actually, this is what we would want to see in all developments, as we have seen in a disturbing phenomenon of disruption in construction sites by people demanding contracts. We want to condemn the conduct of hijacking construction sites. It is pure extortion and law enforcement agencies should treat it as such. South Africa has laws in place to ensure that opportunities are shared by all citizens and businesses people. Everyone must adhere to the laws of our country. We want to also call on business to work with the government to fight crime. Crime not only claims lives, but also affects livelihoods. It is our collective responsibility to create safe cities and communities. The shoppers who will be coming to this Boardwalk Mall to spend their hard-earned money must be protected from criminal elements. I hope you have high-tech security system in place to have eyes in all angles on the mall to protect customers and tourists here. We wish FNG and Mfuleni Resorts all the success. We also congratulate you in your partnership, and we really appreciate the investment you have made here at Boardwalk Mall. May you all reap great profits for you to continue plowing back with your reinvestment to make sure that we grow our economy together. We are also interested that Sun International, you expand from what you are already doing in the Wild Coast. That area is still remain a challenge. The biggest population of our province is across the Kai. We really don't want those people to come this side. We don't want this inward migration. We want them to be developed where they are, so let's work together to look at all possibilities from that side. Government is available, government is ready to make sure that you have actually easy experience for your future investment. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone.
A standing ovation for our Honorable Premier. Thank you, everyone. What a wonderful speech. Let's give him another round of applause. And of course, Paul handing him that token of appreciation. And we hope it will hang proudly in your office. And we wish you all the best with your current term. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. I would like to ask the Premier to be on standby while they set up, please. You will be doing the actual cutting of the ribbon, and I'll hand you these scissors. But before that, please indulge us as we set up the stage and serve the bubbly, my favorite part of the morning. We need to toast to the occasion, and we're starting with the dignitaries because they will then move on to unveil a plaque to mark the occasion, while you all enjoy the hospitality of our hosts and the food and more bubbly. No music. I'm going to request that there be no music, only because I don't want the impression that the formalities have ended. So they've set up the ribbon. The Premier has had a photo opportunity. Sir, may I hold your bubbly while you come forward to cut? And the rest of our dignitaries, which include the chairperson of the board, Paul Gerard, please, Mr. Anthony Leeming, please come forward, and the MEC, come onto the stage. I will hold your bubbly, Premier. I promise not to drink it. There's so many moving parts, so allow me to guide you, and I know the bubbly's out, but there's still some official business to be done. So let's respect the moment, however celebratory it is. Thank you, sir. I'll hold this for you because you will take the scissors. They're very sharp. Please be careful. Thank you. You can stand behind, and they will flank you with the bubbly. Thank you so much. I have to also be director of Bubbly Affairs. So it gives me great delight to announce the official opening of Boardwalk Mall by our Premier. Ladies and gentlemen, a toast to the future. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Congratulations to the Boardwalk Consortium. Congratulations. Oh, yes, of course, sir. I'll take the scissors, of course. A photo opportunity for our dignitaries. There will be bubbly served to everyone. Please reach out to a waitress as they come your way to grab a glass and enjoy the bubbles. They are on their way. Do not despair. You will all get some. I'm going to request just one more indulgence. I'm going to announce the closure. You know, as much as I love our guests from the gambling board, I'm going to have to ask them very nicely if I can conclude the program. So, excuse me, gentlemen. Please, may I conclude the program? I really just need a few minutes. Just a little bit more volume and then we'll be done. 1 minute. I need to explain proceedings. They will serve our guests champagne, bubbly, while they enjoy the eats. A small delegation will now go to unveil the plaque. In addition to the delegation, please could I have the CEO of our business chamber, Denise van Heestien, the head of Nelson Mandela Bay Tourism, Sean van Eyck, the board member of the MBDA, Gqeberha, to please join as observers. The board members of Mfuleni, those who wish to also go, please do so. I will now lead the procession, and the dancers will also lead the way for us. You may take your bubbly if you need to. And then the photo opportunities will come. We're all going to be there by the plaque. We have just one more order of business. Neil is over there. He's standing by. We're going to unveil the plaque. There's Neil. He's waving. Dignitaries, please follow him. Members of the press also follow. Everybody else, please stay. Linda, you follow the dignitaries and the press. Denise is gone. Sean is already there. Neil's hand is up. Go to the man. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we can only take a small amount of people in that area. Not everybody can come. So please allow us to give the occasion its due and to do things in a flowing manner. From my side, while I guide them, including the board members, I'm going to say thank you all. We're about to spoil you with some lovely drinks. Enjoy the eats. And that's a wrap. Have a wonderful day shopping. You must buy, guys. It's a beautiful occasion. Okay, scissors. You can take it. And go sweat. Man, buy a sip.